I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I'm gonna say that I have no idea what I plan to do next in Transport Fever 2. I have some ideas for what I want to do today, but those are not at all based on what I did in the last episode. Because the last episode was recorded at least, I think, a month ago, to be honest with you. So I have no idea what I'm going to do today. Well, I have some idea, but I just wanted to clarify that the series isn't cancelled. I know some people were like, hey, is Transport Fever done? No, we're back. Same people are probably like, hey, is 2 Point Hospital done? No, it's back as well. Nothing's cancelled. I just needed a bit of a break. Okay, earning $3 billion takes a bit of effort. All right, especially in 1961, it takes a bit of effort. I just needed to bask in my earnings, and that's what I've been doing. Obviously, not just playing other games like Timberborn and Let's Build a Zoo and Far Cry, etc., etc. I swear. Anyway, what I want to do today is basically get more public transport going in and out of Thatcham. And by in and out of Thatcham, I mean in and out of Queensborough, because I'm going to turn this into not so much a hub, but definitely, you know, its own little transport thing. Because I figured it was about time to start connecting the northwestern end of the map to at least the sort of central, well, near enough the southwestern end of the map. So I went ahead and built some train stations. We now have a train station in Sandy. The town that started it all has a little passenger train station in here. Now, it can continue through, and I might connect this to Tadcaster at some point, but my idea is to connect Sandy, which I've done already, to Bradford on Avon, which I haven't connected to that bridge right there, which is, oh man, this is going to be a bit of a sharp curve for a high-speed track, isn't it? Yeah, that's not ideal, but it's what we're going for. Goes to Bradford, and then it comes down to Reigate. It goes through Reigate down to Ellesmere Port, goes to Rothbury, and then it goes into a tunnel and connects to Queensborough. Now, if I wanted to, I could connect this directly to Thatcham, which it's tempting, but I'm pretty content with having this line terminate in Queensborough. So if you want to go to Thatcham, you got to transfer in Queensborough, and if you want to go to Stollenton, you've got to, you know, transfer in Queensborough. And I think that's fine. I think that's an okay way to do things. So we're basically going to set up some lines. I just need to remember, because it has actually been kind of a minute, what side of the track are my trains on? So they're on the left. Okay. So trains coming from the north would be coming in on the left side here. They'd be staying on the left side, staying on the left side, staying on the left side. They would come out here. And I guess I'm going to have them cross over, I guess here, or maybe about here is probably enough, because let's be honest. Ooh, maybe there's not a good idea. Well, maybe there is a good idea. Yeah, we'll go for there, and I'll just update the signals. So it goes in, it comes back out, it crosses over onto its own line, and it goes all the way up here. And then what we need is goes in on the left side in Sandy. It comes back out, it crosses over to that side right there, and that's fine. So that's all we're going to need in terms of the tracks. In terms of auto signals, it's just going to be a case of one right there, and hopefully it works, which it did. And then it's going to be a case of one right about there, which worked on the way back. And then on this side, we're going to want to do the same thing. So right about there, and we'll go all the way over to Reigate and get exactly the same thing set up right there. I really should have, somewhere along the line, you know, changed the side of the track that my trains are on, but I think it's a little bit too late to do that now, so we're not really going to worry about it. I also feel like I'm talking really weirdly, and if it comes across like I'm talking weirdly, I do apologize. There's two reasons that might be. One, I finally got around to changing my microphone setup. It's the same microphone that I've been using for the last while, which, if you're curious, is a Neumann TLM 103. Ooh. Well, hello, hello. Boeing 737-200C, a Lockheed L100 Hercules. We got we got a wagon. It says wagon, so I can read that part. Okay, we're going to have some updates to do shortly to a few of our lines. But first, let me figure this out. So trains coming along the left would stop there. Trains going out would stop there. Trains going out should be stopping there instead, just to make that a little bit easier. And then looking up towards Sandy, we want to make sure the signals are set up properly here as well, which they more or less are, so that's fine. And I was talking about the microphone thing. Yeah. So, I've set up my microphone properly. Same microphone, Neumann TLM 103, which has been my go-to microphone for a really long time. Although when I was doing some facecam stuff, I was using a Shure SM7B, but anyway. I've changed how it's set up so that I can kind of talk a little more directly into it and kind of present my voice a little bit better. But I've also been doing a lot of Grand Theft Auto roleplay, which, if you've followed the channel for a little while, you might know is something I dabble in. I was doing Red Dead roleplay for a while as well. And, my character in Grand Theft Auto roleplay has an accent and a certain way of talking. And, I can't quite do his voice right now, at least not properly, because my throat's actually kind of sore, and, recording the video is probably not really helping out, but his voice is sort of down this way, and it's actually a little bit deeper and there's a bit more gravel to it, but, like I said, I can't quite do the voice properly right now. So I've been doing that a lot for the last, I've been doing that like 6 to 8 hours a day for a couple of days now, and I've always been a sponge for accents, as I've said many times, so it rubs off a little bit. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. So yeah, that's why I might sound a little bit weird, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, moving on from that, let's go ahead and get some track going up this way, and get some track going up this way. Not going to connect them through the Tadcaster, but at the very least, I can go to buildings, I can get a train depot, and I can go ahead and put that train depot right about there. And we can connect this guy going straight out, I think. Well, you know what, we'll go this way a little bit, and turn off parallel tracks as well. So it goes this way a little bit, and then we want it to go right about there. And that should be fine. I guess the trains are only going to be going that way anyway, so that's all right. And I guess this is going to be, I don't know what we call this. I mean, we already have a Western line, right? Let's have a little bit of a look and see what we've got. So lines, we're looking for passenger train lines, which are going to be, where are my passengers? There they are. Northwestern, Western line. Yeah, so we have a Western line. Now, where is the Western line? So the Western line, that's the East, isn't it? North, East, South. What? Have I flipped the map at some point and gotten really... I don't think I've seen a single comment on this series that's pointed out that the Western line is in the East. Unless I've flipped the map, which I'm pretty confident. Am I losing it? East is like, if you're looking, oh my God, hold on. Hold on, I need to Google this. It's on another screen, so you can't see it, but compass. I need to have a look at a compass. So East, why is the, okay. So that is actually supposed to be the Eastern line. I have no idea. I'm really confused right now. And then the Northwestern line is like, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't, doesn't matter. New line, going from Sandy, going down to Bradford, I said going down to Bradford. I said going to Bradford. Going to Reigate. I need to change these platforms as well. Hold on a minute. So Bradford needs to be platform 1. Reigate needs to be platform 1. I think. Yep. And then down to Ellesmere Port. Then down to Rothbury. And then down to Queensborough. Right about there. Then it comes back out and actually works exactly the way I wanted it to. So back into Rothbury, but it needs to be in platform 2 this time, which it absolutely is. Back into Ellesmere Port, which worked perfectly. Back into Reigate, which worked perfectly. Back into Bradford, which worked perfectly. And then back into Sandy. Let's get this to be sort of a darker blue line. Let's get this set up as passenger train and its western line. And that's fine. That's totally okay. So that'll hopefully do good things for us. Let me grab some vehicles and get it going. And what I'm thinking for vehicles, I mean, here's the thing. We did just get this, which is a 21-person passenger wagon with a top speed of 87 miles per hour. This one, so it is faster. Then in terms of, so if I put it behind a Class A4, oh man, if I put it behind a Class A4, the Class A4s can get up to 87 miles per hour now. That's kind of cool. But we're going with the rail bus, so it doesn't really matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 of them. 9.1 million per vehicle. I mean, it's a bit excessive, but it's what I'm going to do. We'll do 4 of them. And that's going to be passenger train western line. And away they go. Let's have a little look at... Oh, I love them. I absolutely love those things. They're perfect. They're absolutely... Okay. So that makes me happy. Yeah, so that's going to be this whole thing set up. They can transfer in Queensborough if they want to go on to Thatcham or back to Staunton. And that's totally fine by me. Hopefully that's going to get more people going into Thatcham. Although I thinking about it, I do have all these platforms set up. I really could have just brought the train direct to Thatcham, but I didn't, so it's all right. Let's take a look at the other lines, I guess. See if we can speed things up a little bit and see if we can't get some upgrades going. So where are we looking? Where are we looking? Where are we looking? Passenger trains. So central line. Let's, I guess, do some upgrading here. So management wise, 200 capacity on each of these is not bad. So what length is it? 224. Okay. So 200. Oh, they're not going to be great looking wagons, are they? So it's going to be lower capacity. If I want to go with the same length or a little bit higher, it's still going to be lower capacity, but it's going to be faster. Okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go for 210 capacity on each of these, and I'm going to hope that this doesn't completely screw up any of the junctions and stuff like that we have going. So 210 capacity is 32 million to get this upgrade. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we'll do that. And let's go take a look at these things and see what they're about, because I'm actually kind of curious. They are... I guess I guess these are sort of like the first modern train carriages that we've got. Let me have a yeah, no, I would say they're the first. When I say modern, like these look a lot more in line with like what I know to be a train carriage, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they're the first like actual sort of modern standard, but they look about right as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, we'll go ahead and I guess we'll upgrade a few more of these. The Eastern line, for example. Hold on, that needs to be kept pinned. The Eastern line, I think, is actually using older. Yeah, the Eastern line's using this. My abilities to pronounce names is just has never been better. Let's just go with rad on these. So same length of train. Well, a little bit longer, 189 versus 156. Does have lower capacity, but it is going to be faster. It's actually going to be considerably faster. So what if we go 213, lower capacity by 2? And we'll see how this does for us. We are losing sort of that red and yellow look, the kind of MasterCard look for the Eastern line, but I think that's okay. Eastern line's actually supposed to be yellow as well, so maybe what we do is modify these and then change the trains to be bright yellow. I don't think it's going to look great, but I'm going to, you know, take it back to having the trains actually match the line. Northeastern line, having a look at you. What are we looking at? We're actually looking at some old trains here as well, so let's take out these guys and see what we're dealing with. So capacity of 170 is not quite achievable, but that's okay. Losing a capacity of 2 is not too bad, especially since we are gaining that speed, so I think it's worth it. I definitely think it's worth it. My big concern, honestly, is just that the trains are going to be longer. That's about it. The trains are going to be longer, so we're going to end up with potentially more traffic jams, but you never know. This one's actually going to be 3 meters longer with a capacity. Oh god, it is losing a bit. I don't like that we're losing that many passengers, but I don't think these trains ever fill up anyway. And I feel like faster trains are going to be better for us as well. I feel like more people are going to be inclined to actually get a train if it's more frequent. So hopefully this pays off. If it doesn't, I'll sell them and I'll just switch everything out for planes because that's probably really energy efficient. Oh god, I've got to get the northern line done, and it's the RGB one, isn't it? Okay, let's do southern line first. In fact, would it be easier to just sell all the trains and then get new ones? They are in pretty bad condition, aren't they? Yeah, let's do that. And there we go. We've got everything upgraded. So let's go ahead and take a little look, because we should have a lot of new trains coming out because I decided to sell a lot of the old ones. And this looks all right. It's actually kind of a nice blue on the side of the train right there. It's also a very long train, which, like I said, hopefully doesn't cause issues. That's about all I got. Hopefully it doesn't cause issues. And if it does, hopefully I can fix them, because if I can't, hopefully the passengers are patient. That's about all that is about all I got. So we'll see. Definitely not a fan of this thing in yellow, but it does the job, and that's fine by me. That's some wagons coming up there, which is all right. Let's take a little look over this way then. So let's see. We actually do have passengers waiting in Rothbury. We have them in Ellesmere Port. We have them in Reigate, in Bradford, and Sandy. So we actually do have people wanting to get on the Western Line and go about their business, which is fantastic. So what if we went ahead and connected Potton to Bradford and Gosport to Ellesmere and, I don't know, anywhere else to anywhere else with some buses and stuff like that? Like Huntingdon could be connected to New Haven and Potton as well. So that way people in those towns can actually go and like get to different places as well. I feel like that would be a kind of good idea. So let me go ahead and just take this road back, because I kind of want to make this look a little better. I want this road to be a little bit more official looking. So large country road, we're going to upgrade you. We're going to upgrade you. And then basically I want to bring this road sort of out like this. And I want to bring this road sort of out something like that. And then they should just connect kind of nicely like that. And I think that looks better. I do think that looks better. So let's bring this guy back a bit. And let's go ahead and change that entire road out for a medium country road, which can just go ahead and connect to this guy, something like that. And then this one can sort of come in a bit like that. A little bit lazier on that one, but it looks okay. And that looks about right. That looks good to me. So what I'm thinking we do is I kind of want to avoid setting up loops and stuff like that. It's very tempting to go and set up loops for buses around like Sandy and Bradford, but I think we're getting to the point where a lot of people have, well, to say we're getting to the point where a lot of people have cars and therefore wouldn't want to use a loop is maybe a little bit silly, but regardless of that, I feel like I don't really want to do loops right now, so I'm not going to. What I will do is I'm going to take over, I guess, this space in here with a bus depot. So let's go for, that's roughly the middle there. And I want to extend it. So we're going to do some passenger platforms like this. We're going to go there and there, there and there. And we're just going to extend this a bit so that, we take up the entire square. I think I did do this down in Thatcham as well, so that's all right. We'll do this as well, which maybe looks a little bit silly, but it takes up the space, and that's what I want it to do, because it means that I can connect, you know, a bunch of different buses to this if I need to, which I don't know if I'm going to need to. Maybe Huntingdon to Potton will actually be a thing, but for now, we'll just do that. As for Bradford, I'm just going to keep it simple and do a bus and tram stop right about there. And that's just going to be a simple new line that goes from Bradford over to Potton right about there. And I think we'll change that to platform 1. And that'll just be, oh my god, is it RP? It is RP. So RP for road passengers, I guess. And it's Bradford to Potton. And that looks fine. I don't think it's going to be a brown line. I think we can maybe go for sort of that color. But that looks all right to me. In fact, maybe it should be the same pink that Bradford has going on already. So something like that. I kind of like it. And I guess Bradford already has a loop as well. So we could, if we wanted to, incorporate the Bradford loop into everything. But we have some stops kind of close to the train station. So I think we're fine. I don't think we need to go too crazy with it. So let's just go ahead and get some vehicles and put them on that. And see how things go, because we actually have the Mercedes-Benz 06600, which is a pretty good looking bus. We'll go for like 4 of them. We'll get them in that nice pink color, and we'll go ahead and put them on the, where is it? RP, Bradford. It's down here somewhere. That's that one. So there we go. That's going to be the first time, I think, that we're using these new buses. So hopefully we're going to see people coming up to use the trains, or at least to go sort of in and around Bradford. And as for the new road, I mean, it's pretty busy. And it's pretty good looking. You know, I think it's about time we start upgrading a lot of these, a lot of the infrastructure around here. So that's hopefully going to work out, is what it's hopefully going to do. And I guess we probably should connect Gosport to Ellesmere Port. And, I mean, Huntingdon has a connection to Gosport already. And I guess it is closer. So I guess we do Huntingdon to Gosport to Ellesmere Port. So, do I want to redo the roads here as well? I do slightly. I'm not going to lie. I do slightly want to upgrade these roads. So we'll just go ahead and kind of upgrade the existing ones rather than, you know, completely rebuilding them. I don't think I want to go that far with it. So we'll just do that, which is a decent little infrastructure upgrade, I like to think. And I almost wonder if I could, so this will remove buildings, it'll move buildings. I'm thinking I'm going to try and do this, because that is just a road straight through the town. So having sort of, you know, a higher traffic capacity is probably not a bad idea. And I guess at this point we just set up bus stops. And I guess Gosport isn't going to have any hub. Huntingdon's not going to have a hub. So, although Huntingdon, looking at it, is potentially a main road straight over to Leek. So maybe it should have a bit of an upgrade, at least for this part, right about there. And I guess we'll just do stations. I guess we'll just do like bus stops in here. So buildings, we'll do a bus stop. I guess there's probably fine. And then Gosport is going to be, I suppose, there. And we'll do there as well. And then for Ellesmere Port, it's going to be right in front of the... Well, I guess it'd be like there, right? Wait, no, the station entrance is down there. Oh, so it comes in. It would go about there. Okay. So that should work out as well. We'll do a new line. We're going to start here. It's going to go to Gosport. So right there. It's going to continue. So this one is going to go to Huntingdon. It's going to have a bit of a sort of loop in there. It's going to U-turn, which is a bit weird, but okay. It's going to come back to Gosport, and it's going to go to Ellesmere. Now, how am I naming this one? So, road passengers, I guess, Ellesmere to Gosport to Huntingdon is kind of the best way to name it. Bit of a weird way to name it, but sure. And I kind of need to find, where did I put it? Where did I put it? It's in here somewhere. Why am I, there it is. So what color do we want to go for on this? I guess this one can be that nice blue color. And I think that works. So what kind of vehicles do I want? I mean, it's going to be the Mercedes. I don't know why I asked. You know what? I actually have no idea why I asked what vehicles I want. What I meant to say was, what town do I want to get the vehicles from? But for some reason, what kind of vehicles do I want is what I said. Of course I'm going to go. Oh yeah, let me just go with this thing. You know, this thing that came out in 1921. Yeah, that's a great idea. Go for 5 of these guys. We'll get them in that color right about there. And they can head out and do their thing once I happen to find the line, which is right there. So away they go. And they actually look really good in that color. The pink I'm not so sure about, but the blue, oh, definitely looks the part. Oh, now this is kind of cool. This train's actually managed to fill up on the Western line, which is just absolutely fantastic. That is exactly what I want to be seeing. Now it is admittedly very, very slow. It'd be nice if it was faster, but it looks the way I want it to look, as silly as that might be. Although having a faster, honestly, having the faster train probably wouldn't be the end of the world, would it? I don't know. I really, I don't know. How many people are getting off there? So 651,000, and it's not actually full this time, but 651,000 is not bad for that little journey right there. So that's absolutely fantastic. We got people wanting to go to Rothbury and Reigate. We get people in Rothbury wanting to go to Queensborough, and in Queensborough, we actually have a good number wanting to get on that Western line. So that's actually kind of great. That's exactly what I want to be seeing. And despite all of the money that I've spent in this episode so far, we're actually up a bit. We were at like 2.7 billion. We're now at 2.8 billion, approaching in a little bit 2.9 billion. So somehow spending all of the money that I've spent has just made me more money. I don't know. I've got no idea how this business works, but I'll tell you what I do need to do is I actually need to have a look at the air passenger lines that we have. So let me see here. Let me sort by name. Air passengers. We have Rochester to Ashton. We have Rochester to Henley, Tadcaster to Henley, etc., etc. What is my most profitable? It looks to be Thatcham to Rochester is quite profitable, which is beautiful news. The Coffee Berries line is extremely profitable, which is also good news. Okay. Well, that's fine, I suppose. I guess what I'm really wanting to know is if I manage these vehicles and I say, you know, replace them with the new passenger ones. So we have, hold on a minute, was it a cargo plane? Oh, it was 2 cargo planes. Okay, so these are absolutely useless. So the most recent we have right now is still a de Havilland Comet 4B. So if we look at the coffee line instead, we have 11 aircraft. That seems excessive. So what can we carry right now? What are we currently using? I think we're using the Canadair, right? So the Canadair CL44 with 27 as capacity versus 20 versus 24. So I mean, the 737-200 is almost 100 miles per hour faster, but we would be losing 7 cargo capacity per plane. So I guess the question is it worth it? Because I'm not 100% sure on that. I feel like it's it's also cheaper to run. It weighs a bit less. It actually was built from 62 to 2020. Same lifespan. Loading speed is a lot faster. Emissions are lower. Less thrust, but higher top. I guess the other question is, does the top speed matter? Because is the plane going to be able to get to that top speed with less thrust? Because, look, I have no idea what thrust. I just punched my microphone arm. So I've upgraded my mic a little bit, but I keep punching the arm. Some things never change. I have no idea what thrust means in this context, but I would assume, as uneducated as I might be, that might be acceleration. So if the acceleration is just over half of what the Canadair has, that would imply to me that this thing takes longer to get up to, almost 2 times as long to get up to top speed as the Canadair would. I might be completely wrong on that, but if that is the case, that would say to me that this thing will not get anywhere near its top speed, even though we're on a megalomaniac-sized map. I don't know how much sense any of that makes, but that would be what I'm thinking. So I don't know. I think we're just going to keep the planes that we have right now. I don't think we need to upgrade anything in terms of aircraft, which is a bit weird, to tell you the truth. Definitely a bit weird, because I was a bit excited about those, and then just basically that's my that's my professional opinion on those planes, I guess. Just